Welcome to South Matters. We cover news from here, there, and everywhere. I'm Snigdha Dhar, and I have an interesting story from number Bengaluru lined up just for you. So, hang on. It is estimated that at least 4 out of every 10 people living in Bengaluru today is a migrant. Lack of education and employment opportunities in poorer state is driving thousands of migrants to Bengaluru. But once they arrive here, how are their living and health condition? How much do they earn? Do they save enough to send to their families back home? South Matters finds out.
This is Basudev Swai. It's been 4 years since he arrived in Bengaluru with his wife and 3 kids. Back home in Bhadrak in Odisha, Basudev would find work for just over 5 months every year. The rest of the months were spent waiting. Basudev decided to leave Bhadrak. Thousands like Basudev travel to cities every day in search of work.
In Bhadrak, with great difficulties, I would find work for nearly 5 months a year. I would receive very little for the work I did.
Despite finding regular work in Bangalore, they couldn't pay their bills. Basudev himself studied till 10th. He says he can't find a better job for his qualification. His eldest daughter is 11 and the youngest is 6. None of the 3 daughters ever went to school. Migrants depend on labor contractors who scout and select them to work at construction sites. They are forced to work at wages lower than the locals for the same work. They are also at the mercy of contractors. Some are lucky to earn over 15,000 rupees a month. The average monthly wage for a migrant worker is just 10,000 rupees compared to 15,000 rupees for locals. Once in Bengaluru, these workers are forced to live in slums or packed into shanties made of tin. Given their poor earnings, access to health services is not easy. 40% of workers suffer from musculoskeletal disorders affecting joints and muscles. Dermatitis and eczema rash are common due to this exposure to cement and lime.
Female migrants have no facilities for breastfeeding or sanitation. Maternity leave or entitlements are unheard of.
I do not get any health benefits or sick leave from work. Even if I'm not well, I have to call and inform the employees that I'm not coming, and they'll cut off my pay for the day. Even if I'm unwell, I'll still have to go for work.
Women are paid far lesser than men. Language barriers often lead to poor employment opportunities and exploitation. Nearly 25% of the workers have reported verbal or physical abuse. About 13% of the workers experience discrimination and stigma in the workplace due to language barriers or ethnicity. Uneducated migrants can only hope to get jobs in the unorganized sectors, where working conditions are dangerous and harmful to their health.
At least 90% of India's workforce are involved in the unorganized sector with neither regular pay nor regular work. These workers often have to risk poor hygiene and poor working conditions for a pittance. Rules have been drawn and laws have been made to ensure proper wage and working conditions in the unorganized sector. Labour ministers and labour officers have been appointed to ensure workers' rights and safety, but all that happens on the ground mostly is that even when labour inspectors come to check in, they return with a purse in hand to overlook violations. With camera person Srestha Sahoo, this is Maheev Mehrish reporting for South Matters.
Thank you, Maheev, and thanks for watching. We are a small channel with no resources, but free from all pressures. So if you have an important story that you want us to cover, let us know. But if you have any comments, good or bad, write to us. Until we find another interesting story, Sat Sri Akal, Alvida and Namaskara.